In the previous video, I showed you how to create a custom post type and add the doctor's profile to it. But in today's video, the example will be different. We're gonna use that website to add properties like homes, and we're gonna use a form to submit that from the front end. So I want you to imagine that you have a website that you're listing properties on it, and you want someone to upload or add some properties from the front end without giving him permission to the back end of the website. So this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna create a form and make it posting that to the website without any permissions to the user. Before we start, if you don't know how to create custom post types or how to pull the data dynamically using Elementor dynamic tags, please check the video that will appear above, and I will leave the link in the description also. So let's start with the required plugins for this tutorial. First, we need the Jet form builder for this tutorial, which is this one. So to get that, you can just add a new plugin. Then here you can just type Jet form builder and you will find it. This is it, Jet form builder, dynamic blocks form builder. Let me first show you the website. This is the front end of the website. We have cards of the properties we have, and if we open it, you can find all the details we added for that property. So we will use the form to add all that without using the back end of the website. And let's go to the custom post type, which is properties. Just to show you that, let me add one of them. And what we have here is the title and the description here. Then we have the settings where I added a property featured image. I didn't use the thumbnail because this feature, if you need to add images using thumbnail from the front end, only registered users will be allowed to do that. But in our case, I don't want to build up the full profile for that or make this website using the login. So I'm just creating it for anyone on the internet can use the form and submit that. It's not safe, but this is just for this tutorial. So that's why I have created this field here, which is featured image. Then we have address, price, and some properties here, and features, checkboxes, gallery, and so on. So we will recreate that on a form. So whenever we post that form, we get all the data back to the custom post type we have here. Let's go to the Jet form builder and go to the forms. And this is the form that I'm already using it. You can find it here. If we add property, this is the form that I have created. I will show you now how to create this form by going back here, then add a new form. This is your form title. I will just use this form to show you how to add fields, and I will switch to the other form because I don't want to waste time adding all those fields again. So let's give it a name, and I called it add property number 2. I don't need that post ID, so I will remove it. We can open the hierarchy here. I need to remove this. Actually, let's remove everything and just keep the action button. So let's switch back to our form and see what we need. We need to add the featured image and upload images as a gallery. So let's start with those first. Those are 2 columns. So I will add 2 columns here. Columns and 50-50, so I can have 2. And in the first one, let's browse all. If you have used a field before, you can find it in the recent here, but if not, you can browse all. And here under the Jet form fields, you can find all the fields we have, and you have some elements also here. So first we need this to be a media, so let's search for a media field, which is here, and I need to give it a name, so featured image, and by pressing out of the field this will be updated automatically because you cannot use spaces here. That's why we have this underscore. After that, the user access, for the safety of the website, you have to make it for registered users or any of those three options. But in my case, I will say any user including guest, because if you're using registered users only, you have to make the sign-in on the website available for everyone so they can log in and start posting that. What is the maximum files you want that to be allowed? So in that case, it's just one image, and we need the maximum size to be 1 megabyte. Then you have to assign which types of images do you need to allow them. So let's say PNG, and we have JPG, JPEG, that's for both of them, JPEG and JPG. So we have our field now. Let's add the other one, but this submit button should be at the end, so let me get it down here. And in the second column we need a gallery. Browse all, then we're gonna search for a gallery. We don't have a specific field for a gallery here, so we're gonna use the same field, which is media, but we will allow users to upload up to 6 images or more if you need. So here I would say this is gallery, and the access also I will make it available for everyone. The maximum is 6 images. Each image is 1 megabyte maximum, and the same extensions, PNG, and we have JPEG. So these are the first two fields we have. Then we have here yeah, I forgot to add number 1 and number 2. You can just add this to the naming here. So by pressing here, I can say 1 and 2. Then we need number 3. Here we have this as a header, but you cannot use Elementor to add this because it's in the middle of the form. So if you need to use Elementor, the header can be this one or can be at the end after the form, but in the middle of the form you cannot use Elementor. So that's why we're gonna add that header inside the builder here. Let's open this, and here we can add a header after this column. So let's add a header. This is a heading field, so I will grab it and put it here. What is the name? It's basic information. I'm gonna copy this and put it here. After that we have property title and we have address, which are a text fields. So let's add those. Those are taking the full width of the form, so we don't need that column. So we're not gonna use columns for this. We can just add them directly. Plus, then text field, press on it, it's here. So what is the name of this? We have property title first, and everything I will leave it as a default. And we have the address field, which is the same. So I'm gonna open this and just duplicate. And here I can delete this and give it the new name. It will be address. So we have everything up to this point, but we need to create those. So those are columns also. So 2 columns, and you start adding the fields. This is a date field, and this is a select, and here we have a radio buttons, but we can switch it to select. And here we have checkboxes. So let me show you the other form that I have created. This is the complete form. Here you can find the first 2 columns, which has the images. Then I have a spacer here to give it some space. Then the basic information. This is a heading. Then you have the property, title, and address. Those are text fields. Then we added another heading because here we have specifications. So I added another header for this. Then I added columns for everything here. The price is a number field. Property size is a number field. Something like heating, this is a select. So if you press plus here, you can find the select field, which is here, this one. So this is the select field. After I choose it and I want to use it, so how to do that is I have everything in the glossary. If you don't know what is the glossary also, I recommend that you see the previous video. You will understand everything about that. So I chose the glossary and chose my list, which is heating in that case. That's giving me everything in heating here. So I have the list. And accommodation also, I have a list, so I can do the same. And the same for bathrooms, bedrooms and bathrooms. And for the total floors, it's the same, but you have the availability in the form to use it as a radio buttons or to use it as a list. So in our case, we have those as radio buttons. Let me go back to the form. And here we have the total floors. If I press here, you will find that this is a radio field. I can simply press on it and transform that to a select field. And let's do the same with this one, select field. When I update that and refresh this page, you will find that now total floors and total numbers, the floor number are now lists. You can choose from them. So now we go to the features. I have features as a checkboxes. Here also features is a checkbox field. Then you choose the glossary, then choose the list that you wanna use as a featured items. So I used features here, and this gives me this look. Then I added description, and we have our button. So now we go to the most important part, which is submitting this to the custom post type. So when I go back here, every block or every field you press on it, it opens the settings for that field. But what if you need the full settings for the form itself? You go to the jet form here. So because we finished everything here, we now go to the jet form, and here you should see post submit actions. What are the actions that should happen when you submit this form? Now we have insert update post. When I press on the edit action, I can find here all the fields I have on the form, and also I need to map the fields from the custom post type to that form. So whenever you submit that form, all the details are mapped and going to the custom post type. So here you can choose the post type, which is property in our case, or properties, because let me go back here. Our custom post type is called properties. This is our custom post type we're gonna use. So here I have to choose properties, else it's not gonna work. So the next is the status. In my case, I need this to be published, but if you're running a website that accepting posts from many users, you need to set this as pending review. You need to review this first before publishing it on the website. But in my case, I will keep it as published so you can see the updates when we post that form. So the first thing is we need to map all our fields into the custom post type. We have two types of fields. We have the built-in from the WordPress, and we have the meta fields that we have created on our custom post type. So how do you know the difference? I will go to my custom post type here by going to Jet Engine and post types, and this is my custom post type. So if you go to the advanced, and at the end here you will find the built-in fields that you have allowed. I have allowed the title and the editor. Those are the built-in fields. Anything else is a meta field. So let's go back to the form. Post thumbnail. This is a meta field, so I chose post meta. Gallery. Everything is a meta field except the two fields we saw now, the title and this one, title and editor. So let's take a look on those. Property title. So I set this as post title because it's here. Those are the built-in fields. So it's post title. What about the description? It's also the built-in one. So it's a post content. Anything else is post meta. I'm choosing post meta here. Everything is post meta. Then I have to insert the name of that field from the custom post type. So I have to go back here and copy that name, and so on, and add them to the form. An easier way to find the names is going to the custom post type here for the properties in our case, edit any one or add a new post. Then you can just find the names here. You can press on this little icon here and it will be copied. For this one, you can press here. Anything you press on it, it will get copied. This is the price, so you need to insert it to the price. Where is the price? It's here. So it's price, and so on. Add all the names, then update this and update all the form. Now our form is good to go. Now we need to add it on a page so users can see it or the visitors can see it. The next step is to add it to our property or add property page, which is this one. Let me edit it in Elementor. And here you can find that I added jet form. So if I don't have this one, I can just choose my container. Then inside I can type form and add the jet form. Then select my form. What is the name of my form? It's new property. So I will choose that and it will start loading here. So you can style this as you need. Something for those headings, you can press on the icon here and see the settings, go to style. Then you can see all kind of fields here. For example, headings. I can change the typography to for example H3, and the color to be green or blue. So you can control all the styling from this part. You don't have to style anything from the Gutenberg editor. You just add the fields and save the post and go back to Elementor to restyle everything you have. I will delete this because we already have one. Update. And now let's go to our website. This is the website. I will press on add property. This will take me to my page, which have the form. I will start adding the information for the property like this. This is the thumbnail. I need a gallery. I need some images that shows that property from inside. Let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those. It takes a while to upload, and we have them here. Then the property title, I'm gonna say my property one, any address, price. I will speed up filling up the data, then we can continue. Okay, so now I have added everything I have here, the images, the information, everything. Then I will press add new property. Okay, form successfully submitted. We have two ways for submitting this form. You can find them here. If you press edit on this, you can find that the submit type here is Ajax. So this will not reload the page. You are submitting it within the page without loading. You have the option to make the page reload after you submit, and you will land again to the same page. But if you need to your user to land on a different page, you have to do this from the Gutenberg here. You have to add another action like this. Then you need to redirect to a different page. Edit, and you can set any of these variables so you can redirect them to a different page. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will make sure to answer your questions. And if you have any features that you want me to make videos about, also let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.